A surprising issue coming up with less than 24 hours until the polls open in this year's primary elections. What defines a citizen of Georgia? The Georgia Secretary of State's office has eliminated Maria Palacios from running for state representative in House District 29 in Gainesville. Georgia's constitution requires a candidate be a citizen of the U.S. at time of election and a citizen of Georgia for at least 2 years. Palacios has been a legal resident of Georgia since 2009, but did not become a U.S. citizen until last year. In his final decision, the Secretary of State cited a Georgia Attorney General's opinion from 1984 that a person must be a citizen of the U.S. in order to be a citizen of the state. The ACLU argues that the law and decisions from courts around the country does not support this opinion.
The question in her case is whether she satisfies the candidate qualifications set forth in the Georgia Constitution. And the Georgia Constitution says that if you've made your home in Georgia for at least 2 years and you're United States citizens, you get to run for office. Maria undisputedly satisfies those requirements, and that's why she ran.
Palacios was the only Democrat to qualify in District 29. The ACLU filed a lawsuit trying to reverse the Secretary of State's decision and place her on the November general election ballot.